All right, today we're going to dive into something called social marketing. And nope, it's not about your Instagram feed. It's about taking the same powerful tools that sell you sneakers and smartphones and using them to create huge, positive changes in the world. Let's get into it.
So let me just start with a really big question for you. How do you actually get millions of people to change a habit, something they do every day without even thinking about it? Huge shifts like getting people to wear seatbelts or quit smoking. Those things don't just happen by magic.
I mean, just look at this. Back in 1990, nearly 30% of Australians smoked. Fast forward to 2017, and that number was cut in half. That is a massive public health victory. And the engine that drove that change wasn't just new laws or telling people what to do. It was a very specific, very strategic discipline. And that discipline? Well, it's social marketing. It's the answer to how you pull off these giant society-wide changes. You're basically taking all the clever tools and tricks of the trade from commercial marketing and pointing them at a mission for social good.
So what is it, really?
Well, at its core, social marketing uses all those commercial marketing principles to influence voluntary behavior change. The goal is the greater social good, not making a profit. And that word, voluntary, is everything. This isn't about forcing anybody, it's about convincing people that making a change is actually in their own best interest. This slide really gets to the heart of the difference, right? Commercial marketing sells you stuff, goods, and services to make money, simple. But social marketing sells a behavior change, like recycling or getting a vaccine, for the benefit of everyone. The primary goal isn't profit, it's a win for society.
And this approach isn't a one-size-fits-all kind of thing. It works on two totally different levels. It can be super focused, helping just one organization, or it can be this huge, broad movement to tackle a massive problem across the country. So here's how that breaks down. At the bland level, you've got one specific charity using these tactics to get your donation instead of another charity. But at the category level, the goal is way bigger. It's not about one brand winning. It's about shifting the entire behavior, like convincing all parents to immunize their kids no matter which doctor they see. Now you might be thinking, oh, this is all just about having a good heart and a nice message, right? Well, not even close. Good intentions are great, but they aren't nearly enough. Real social marketing is built on a foundation of solid, rigorous strategy. Every single successful campaign follows this clear, four-step playbook. You have to set ridiculously clear goals, you have to know exactly who you're trying to talk to, then you design the whole program, and finally, and this is a big one, you have to prove that it actually worked. And when we say goals, we're not talking about some fuzzy, vague wish. We're talking about smarter goals. That means they have to be specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. So you don't say, we want to reduce obesity. No way. You say, we want to cut sugary drink consumption by 10% among teenagers in this specific city within the next 18 months. See the difference? That's a real target you can aim for. And then there's the audience. This is absolutely critical. This quote on the screen just nails the single biggest mistake you can make: preaching to the converted. It's a total waste of time and money to talk to people who already agree with you. The real challenge, and where you make a real difference, is in figuring out how to reach the people who are on the fence, or maybe even resistant to the idea.
Okay, so you've got your goal, you've got your audience. How do you actually get them to change? Well, you use a whole toolkit designed to do one thing: make the right choice the easy choice. You want to remove every possible barrier.
And this is that toolkit. It's often called the 7 Ps. It takes the classic marketing mix, you've probably heard of product, price, place, and promotion, and it adds 3 more that are super important for social change: people, physical environment, and process. Let's see how this works in the real world.
Let's use a recycling campaign as an example. The product here isn't something you buy, it's the behavior, sorting your trash correctly. Now here is where the genius comes in. Price. The price isn't money. It's the cost of time, effort, inconvenience. That, this is a hassle feeling. A social marketer's job is to crush that price. You make it cheaper by improving the place, like giving everyone a recycling bin and simplifying the process so it's not confusing. Then, of course, you use promotion to tell people why and how. It all works together to make recycling the no-brainer option.
And finally, we get to what is maybe the most important step of the whole thing. After all the planning, all the ads, all the work, you have to answer one simple question. Did it actually work? Did people's behavior actually change? This is what success looks like. It's not a fuzzy feeling of raising awareness. It's a hard number. A 40% increase in vaccination rates in a community, That's not just a statistic. That represents a real, tangible improvement in public health.
But, and this is the question every good social marketer has to wrestle with, how do you know it was your campaign that did it? What if rates were going up anyway? How can you prove that you were the one who caused that change?
Well, to build an airtight case, they use really strict benchmarks. They have to prove that behavior actually changed, that they reached the right people, and, this is the kicker, that the change was a direct result of their specific campaign. They even calculate the cost effectiveness, like what did it cost for every single person who changed their behavior? This is all about being accountable and proving your value.
So, as you can see, social marketing is this incredibly powerful, evidence-based tool for tackling some of our biggest problems. It's a blueprint for change. And that leaves us with one final big question to think about. What's the next big behavior we, as a society, need to change?